It's obvious that Governor Nikki Haley doesn't want unions in South Carolina.
I wear heels, and it's not for a fashion statement. It's because we kick, and we kick those unions hard, and they will not step foot in the state of South Carolina.
But shouldn't that be the decision of the workers in the Palmetto State? At the Boeing, South Carolina plant, home to the Dreamliner today, some workers say a union is needed to promote fairness.
There's a big inconsistency among management, even among shifts in the same department. People are treated differently, even though, as I said, Boeing has distinct policies and procedures and guidelines that they're supposed to follow. And in my experience with the union, these guidelines that are set forth through the contract have to be adhered to. Otherwise, there are consequences.
But it's also the wages. Yes, Boeing is a great job in South Carolina, but that doesn't mean there isn't room for improvement, especially when compared to other Boeing shops.
I see a lot of young people supporting families, and they're not earning the wages that they should be earning, considering the airplane that they're building.
That's all we ask for. We are the backbone. We're the brains and the bronze of building this product.
Like Jerry, Arnold has seen too many poor choices being made at Boeing in South Carolina. He's a veteran who has worked under a union contract before, and he knows it can help.
My advice, I said, look at me. I'm in foreclosure. My wife had a stroke. Now the bills are coming in. I got to sell my home now. If the union comes in, you might not get your better wages now, but sooner or later it's going to start. You're going to start getting your fair share. I said, learn from me.
There's a reason why the Boeing workers called the machinists.
It is about wages, it is about hours, and it is about working conditions. Those three things are probably all equal in value to the workers here. It's not just strictly about wages, and a lot of it boils right down to just dignity on the job. They're adults, they're going out to make a living, they're about to provide Boeing their best years of their working lives, help Boeing remain a successful company. But at the same time, there's just some things you expect when you get up in the morning and you make that dedication and you display that loyalty that you respect in return.
Charleston is called the city where history lives. It's certainly true in aerospace, as this is the new home to the Dreamliner. A beautiful place, hiding its right to work for less status behind horse-drawn carriages and majestic views.
Sometimes people say there's a plantation mentality in South Carolina, and people believe what they're told. But I always say to them, when you got married, you signed a contract with the person that you love and respect more than anyone else in the world. And your job is how you support your family that you love. So why would you work without something in writing? CEOs have something in writing, they have a contract. You know, you have to get a contract to get a cell phone. Even Blockbuster back in the day, you had to have a contract, but you go to work and you don't have something in writing. And again, especially in a state that has at-will employment, where they can hire or fire you for any reason or no reason.
Well, the problem in South Carolina is we're taught from a very young age in South Carolina, in the churches and our schools, that unions are evil. It's one of those things that people have this whole concept that unions have destroyed our middle class. What they've forgotten is how the middle class was developed by the unions to work with the unions. Now we've got jobs going overseas because of bad trade laws and everything, and the only ones we have really fighting to stop that is the unions.
That's why the machinists and labor are here, and always will be, to protect the residents of this great state.
It's very obvious when a company comes down here to a place like South Carolina, and the first thing they tell you is you don't need a union. And as soon as a CEO or a politician starts telling you that you don't need a union, you probably need one.
Many in labor know what a brave and courageous thing it is for a worker to stand up and say, yes, I want a union, especially in a place like South Carolina. But anyone who has done it in the past will tell you it's worth the fight.
My advice is that you're fighting for a better life for yourself, for your family, for your coworkers, and you just have to stand up. Boeing keeps preaching, don't let them take your voice. Who's going to be listened to, one person or 1,000 people.
I would say that being a union member is the best investment that I ever made.
For the Machinist News Network, I'm Deirdre Kaniewski.